Thank you, producer Brandon. This is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Harmon Broadcasting here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, Bedford County, about 50 miles south of Nashville, 25 miles south of Murfreesboro, in the lovely and today sunny Green Hills of southern middle Tennessee. It's that time of the month where we have the communications director for Bedford County Schools, Carol Garrette, to come in, and she always brings some friends with her. So good morning, Carol.
Good morning. Thank you for having me here.
Is this a kind of a busy time of year for the school system? Just a skosh?
Just a little bit, yes.
Graduations, it is. I mean, y'all got through your testing.
We did, mostly. I think there's a
little bit left.
Little things going on in some of our middle schools today. Maybe some more still happening at the high schools. So.
Okay. All right, but we're almost there. We're getting really close. You want to introduce your special friends today?
I would love to. Thank you so much. So today I have our district-wide Teachers of the Year.
Say that one more time, Carol.
District-wide Teachers of the Year.
And you've got, let me just put it in perspective. Okay. Don't you have like 600 something certified teachers?
I think it's more like 800.
800, my bad. Yeah, I keep forgetting the school system's growing.
It is, for sure.
Okay, so about 800. We know what the competition pool is now. Okay.
And so we have a Teacher of the Year from every school, and actually they're being honored tonight at a Teacher of the Year banquet.
Okay, outstanding.
At the Buckle Banquet Hall, so we're excited about that. But then we also have a district-wide Teacher of the Year for our elementary schools, and then for our middle school level, and then for our high school level. So this morning I have with me Miss Debbie Sudduth, and she is from Cascade High School, where she teaches currently Algebra II. And also I have Jimmy Yates from Cartwright Elementary, where currently he is teaching 5th grade. And he could not be with us this morning, but also Keith Wilder is from Cascade Middle School, and he teaches 7th grade math there.
So these are the folks going to the district.
That's right.
Just like in sports, they're going to the district.
Right. That's right.
Okay, outstanding. Well, good morning. Welcome, Keith and Debbie. Excuse me, Jimmy and Debbie.
Thank you.
And we'll get that name right, brother. But Debbie, let's start with you. Did you start out in education?
I did not. I grew up in Shelbyville, and I have a degree in computer science from TSU. So I did the computer science gig till I was around 35, and so clearly I'm still 35 now. And
that's 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've only been a teacher 2-3 years.
Yeah, correct. Correct. Let's go with that.
Okay.
And then I transitioned through Phil Bredesen's Teach Tennessee program in 2005, just yesterday, into
Seems
teaching.
Like
it does, and into teaching. And so I taught 8th grade and now high school in my 20 years.
What all of a sudden, I mean, you obviously did a career for a while in IT. What made you decide all of a sudden that you thought you wanted to teach?
I had originally, when I attended MTSU, I'd started to get a degree in computer science math and a secondary ed endorsement, and I kept getting thrown into elementary classrooms as a student teacher, and I just was called into the computer world. I think if I had more experience in the upper levels, I might have kept that. But my father was an educator. I'm an educator background.
Okay, so you've got it in your family.
So it is. My father was Bill Holland, who has worked at the central office for a long time. Old school people may remember Mr. Holland. He taught
mature
community.
People, older, mature. We don't say older. Okay.
And so anyway, it's a family business.
It's a family gig.
It's a family business.
All right, that makes sense. Sense to me. Jimmy, how about yourself?
Well, I started out working it was Empire Barrel back then, and then it went
I remember those days.
Yeah, then it went to Sanford and then to Newell. I worked there for 23 years.
You did a whole career there.
Pretty much. I started I guess when I was 6, so I don't, because I'm the same age as Debbie, 35. So
we have a math teacher here.
That's exactly right. So but then I went and got my education actually in management and human relations, so I have an HR degree, and then decided to enroll into Masters of Education classes at Trevecca because I've always admired the work of teachers, and I found myself being a trainer at Newell a lot, so I would train people and help people. So you were
in education,
right?
Basically.
And I worked with kids a lot at church, so I thought, I'm just going to go for it and just go into education, and I've loved it ever since.
Outstanding. Never regretted it.
Never regretted. Been there 14 years now. So
let's go through some of the, I guess, kind of when you guys found out you were going to be representing the our district at the district level. Jimmy, how'd you feel about that?
Well, I mean, it's really a humbling experience because I know there are so many good teachers out there that I look up to, and that I will actually go to and ask their opinion on a lot of things. But I think that's what's so important being a teacher. You should always be a lifelong learner as well as an educator. You should be willing to take instruction as well. And but I mean, it was just a humbling experience, and I was happy about it. But I know there's so many other great teachers out there. There
are, but like I guess you said, that life's a learning experience. And you never stop learning.
You never stop learning.
How about yourself, Debbie? When you found out,
I felt extremely undeserving because you don't teach in a bubble. Teaching is a team experience, even at Cascade High School, where sometimes I'm the only Algebra II teacher, so I'm kind of teaching and reach out to other people in the district to work with them. But I have my cohorts that you run by, what do you, I'm struggling with this, I need help with this, and it's just not a singular thing to me. So to be honored singularly is just, it's very humbling.
Well, let me ask you this, Debbie, and I know this is kind of a broad thing, but kind of maybe tell our listening audience what your teaching philosophy is. I mean, that's kind of a broad question. But it
is very broad, but...
yeah, and how it's changed.
Yeah.
Where you start out.
Well, you've been doing it for 20 years now, so...
I think I may not have verbalized it as well as I did because I just finished a master's degree, late in a lot of personal reasons for that. And but that's one of the things they ask you to do when you're doing a master's in education. And so I believe that every single person is created with special talents and abilities, and that everybody has the ability to learn and improve and grow. So I've always used the analogy of somebody asking me to be a dancer, and I did terrorize some dancing teachers in town when I was a young child, and I don't have that natural inclination, but I was still able to get better, right? And so people tend to say, I'm just not good at math, but we can get better. And there's things that you can learn through the process. You can learn how to learn, and you can learn how to problem solve, and you can learn how to work together with people. And so I'm always looking for what's in it for them? How can I help them? So that's my philosophy, that everybody has these special. Let's find out what it is.
How about yourself, Jimmy?
It's pretty similar. I believe in all-inclusive education. Every child deserves to be educated.
Absolutely.
So regardless of their background, regardless of who they are or who their families are or what kind of support they have at home, it's our job as educators to reach out to those folks and help them to grow and see their potential, because so many kids have potential out there, and many times they're beaten down in their personal life. And as I have been in education longer and longer, I see that. And to your point, to changing, you don't realize how many kids out there really need help on a social emotional level. And until you reach them socially and emotionally, you're not going to reach them academically. So you do your best, so that's kind of my philosophy is what do the kids need? What are their real needs? Because once I can find their real needs and kind of minister to them in those needs, then I can reach them academically and help them to grow and see their potential.
There was a common saying that I really grabbed onto when I was teaching, because I taught seniors, and sometimes seniors act like they don't need you, but they really do, and they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, and that it's so true. But once they know you genuinely care about their success and well-being, they can just move mountains.
That's right.
Let me ask you, Jimmy, what do you think is probably one of your biggest challenges as an educator now, today, in the environment we have today?
One of the biggest challenges, we have so much thrown at us, as requirements as a teacher, between, curriculum and rules and laws. You have to spend this many minutes doing this, and you've got to spend this many minutes doing, and there's only so many minutes in the day that you can deal with. And so I think one of the challenges is to help the kids realize their potential, so that you can whatever you're trying to work with, whatever limitations that we have as teachers that we can work with, to be able to actually just reach them through that. And also just teaching kids how important they are, really see their importance. I had a student, just this year, tell me that he didn't feel important. That he did. He
told you that?
He told me he did not feel important.
How'd that make you feel?
Well, I mean, it upset me,
Of course,
right. You take it on. And so, I
but it's good that he communicated.
Right. And so I asked him, personally, am I the one that makes you feel this way? And, and he said, no, actually, you make me feel important.
Okay.
And I appreciate, how you make me feel important, and I need that. So there's so many kids out there that don't feel important.
And this is in the 5th grade.
5th grade. Mm-hmm.
He was saying that.
In 5th grade. And so, I think that's a challenge is reaching these kids to see that potential. And that's probably one of the biggest challenges, I think.
How about yourself, Debbie?
I teach mostly juniors, 11th graders, many of whom are a year or so away from being of their own responsibilities, and some honestly already are very much of their own responsibility at that point in life due to family circumstances, but they're still kids.
Sure.
They're still kids.
They are, yeah.
And helping them balance that, finding that balance of, I need a good work ethic. I need to be sent out into the world knowing that hard work is something that we do, and it's rewarding when you find what you're really intended to do. But we don't need to work hard all the time. We need to find a balance. And helping students find what are they good at, what's their balance, all the time trying to keep them motivated to teach them math that they might not necessarily be interested in learning. So it's just this balancing act. It's like those people you see at the circus that have the plates on the poles, and you're spinning a plate, and you have another pole, and you're spinning that plate, and then somebody hands you another pole.
Absolutely.
And
I think Debbie just described being a teacher.
Yeah.
We're performers. That's right. We're natural performers.
Keep all those different plates.
That's right.
balanced.
Right. And then moving forward while you're doing it. Not only are you spinning, but you got to go. You got to walk fast.
You got to walk while you're spinning the plates.
Yes.
Folks, we're talking to Carol Garrett, the Bedford County Schools Communication Director, along with special friends today. We're going to take it's now a 90-second break. We appreciate those sponsors and more coming in. We'll be right back.
Don't wait. Whether it's little Carter's first pair of glasses or keeping a good eye on your vision health as you age, your eyes are a precious thing. See personalized care for the whole family and friendly faces at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care on 605 North Main in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. Striving to bring you excellence in optometry every single day. Don't put your family's vision off. Make an appointment today at 931-684-2020. Personalized eye care for the whole family at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care.
United Communications builds connections you can rely on. Whether it's fast internet for your home or business, our fiber network is designed for your community. No long hold times, no out-of-town providers, just real service from real people. Call 931-740-1800 or visit united.net. Thousands of Tennesseans already trust United. United Communications. Fast, local internet.
Visit Kincaid Service Company today to experience the superior comfort of a Serta mattress. Serta has pioneered sleep innovation for more than 90 years, bringing quality products to more than 150 countries worldwide. Serta Comfort is validated by consumers with thousands of 5-star reviews and are designed and assembled in the U.S. at one of Serta's state-of-the-art facilities. Serta's award-winning mattress collections are created by providing superior comfort along with overall support and breathability. Get Serta Comfort by visiting Kincaid Service Company in Shelbyville. Online at kincaidservice.com.
This is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcast. We're having a great time on the break here, folks, with our Teachers of the Year. Just talking about growing up here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, going to Central High School. But it's that time of the month that we have Carol Garrett, the Bedford County Schools Director of Communications, along with her special friends, Jimmy Yates from Cartwright Elementary and Debbie Sudduth from Cascade High School, our representatives going to the district playoffs for Teacher of the Year. When we went to the break, we were talking about how you guys have to spin a lot of plates and keep a balance going on as you teach. But let's talk about this, Jimmy. As far as communication with parents, I know that's a huge. We were talking before the show about communication with parents and how important that is as you work through the school year. Kind of what's your philosophy on doing that?
I think communication is very important. We should always be open with our parents as much as possible. That's one of the things that I always try to do. I try to message my parents as much as possible if anything is going on, just to let them know. If I see them out and I've learned their faces or whatever, I always try to talk to them and ask how the kids are doing. I actually volunteer to do car duty all year long just for that purpose, to get to know the parents.
Well, wait a minute. I thought that was the one duty teachers try to get out of. Car duty. So you volunteer for car duty?
I volunteer for car duty every afternoon all year long.
Okay.
And I love it. And a lot of it's
in the rain, in the snow, it doesn't matter what it is.
Absolutely. Everything, yes. But
elementary level, you get to see the parents.
Right. I get to see all the parents. I learn all the parents, all the way from grandparents, aunts, uncles, whoever. And then you also learn the faces of the kids. And I think that's important communication, so that parents can learn to see your heart. And when they see your heart, then they can accept whatever else comes from their child.
Well, they trust you then.
They trust you more. So if there's a discipline issue or whatever, they learn to trust you, and they learn to respect you, and they know that you respect them as parents, because parents are important. They should be the primary caregivers of.
They're the primary educators when you think about it.
That is where education should begin.
Absolutely, at home.
It should begin at home. Absolutely.
How about yourself, Dave?
I do also over communicate. It's a
I don't know that you can do that.
It's a good thing and a bad thing. Well,
we have the communications director here.
Don't ask my principal about my over communication. But I believe that it's important, and I think the most important thing that Jimmy just said is that he's making face-to-face contact with parents and seeing them with students. And I think those email messages or those massive phone calls that go out are very important also, but they're just eclipsed by personal communication and personal interaction, because that is what gets you the buy-in
absolutely
of what you need to do. So
and when parents understand that we're all on the same team and you help them feel that way, we're in this together, we're all on the same team. We may not always agree. You don't always agree with your significant other or the people you love the most.
I thought we were supposed to. Oh, my gosh.
Yes, ma'am.
You must have been married a long time.
I have been. But that we're on the same team and we all want the same thing in the end.
Yes.
And that's why it's always also important that if I'm having a dojo discussion or whatever with my parents, one of my things is, hey, do you want to have a meeting? How about we just meet with each other? Always. Because, when they see you face to face, they can see your heart and they can see the understanding. You can't read all that in words.
Always, if you get an email that you can tell that the parent's disappointed in something going on, that is always a phone call back. Can we talk on the phone? Is there time that we can meet? That's just key to me to helping get to the goal that we all have, which is what's best for the student. Yes.
I think one of the things, too, that you two especially bring to the education environment is having worked in other environments before you came to education. I think that's a big deal. And as Tennessee has grown how you can get certified or become a teacher, we have a lot more folks now entering the education field when they're 30, 35, 40, 45 years old, right, that we didn't have in the past. And I do believe you bring in almost an advantage that way with those life experiences.
I would agree. I mean, there are things that I'll learn from working at Sanford or Newell, whatever you want to call it, that I bring into the education world that has helped me a lot.
I was fortunate to spend 7 of my years working for an automotive manufacturer, and they are all about process improvement. And, of course, for my geeky math brain, that's right up my alley, but I look all at it and I'm like, how can we make this better? How can we make this
process
smoother?
Improvement, right?
Process improvement constantly, and that just gets there's advantages for sure. There's hurdles also.
There are.
But hurdles?
There's hurdles.
In education?
Jimmy said he had I've never regretted becoming an educator, not 1 second. And I always tell my students who are always like, you used to do something else. I'm like, y'all are so much more fun to hang out with than adults.
Absolutely.
Y'all are way more fun than adults. So adults are a drag. And so
they really ask some off the wall questions, don't they?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's
a hoot.
It's a lot of fun.
I had last Friday, we tested last week. So every day last week my students came in, took a test, came back the next day, took a test. So Friday I needed to balance what can we do that will still learn something, but we're not just so heavy. Right. And so I did this little thing where you give them spaghetti and you give them a meter of tape, and they have to build the tallest tower they can that will hold up a marshmallow. So
it's an engineering class.
Teamwork, working together.
How'd that work
out? It was a lot of fun.
What's the tallest one?
It was tallest one was 44 inches or something.
No way.
Yeah, it was pretty tall. Wow. So no, I take that back. 44 centimeters. I was using a meter stick, so big difference in sorry.
I teach ELA, so
well, 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. So cut that to 2.5.
There we go.
You let me write that down.
Yeah. Hey, Jimmy, about this tall.
There we go. Okay. Perfect. That's better. That's better.
About right yonder.
Yeah.
So at the end of class, kids had to fill out, what did you contribute to the team? What did you learn from teamwork? They did 2 iterations. What did you learn that you put into play? And one kid said on what did he contribute to the team, something like my witty banner and steady hands. And, I thought, you need somebody to keep the stress off the team, right? Like, that's important. Don't we all? That's a life lesson
that's
right
a life
there.
lesson. And that's being a benefit of teaching ELA, when we're reading through books or we're talking about stories.
English language arts.
Absolutely. And
I'm
then
just telling
English language arts.
Listen, audience,
Thank you. We can get into some discussion because we're supposed to pull discussion from the book and, for better comprehension skills. And sometimes we get way off track, but it's okay because that's part of it. They're making connections with the text and they're enjoying the text.
There's the word, connections, right?
Connections. And they will come up with some of the craziest things or make connections. And sometimes begin to tell too many secrets. I'm like, let's stop there. We're not going any further there.
But they make connections that we wouldn't make as a teacher.
Absolutely, right.
We haven't had the same experiences. We haven't read the same things.
Right.
So
and it causes them to remember, so that's what I love about my job is it's different every day. It's different every single day.
And when a student surprises you with a revelation that you're like, never thought of it that way, but that's right.
That's perfect, right.
And one of the lessons I learned, both having a wife and a daughter in education, is that you can be out in Kroger somewhere, and students or parents will come up to you and thank you, right? I mean, they just do. I mean, you're a teacher 24/7, right?
Yep, 24/7.
Or be surprised that you're in Walmart with sweatpants on and no makeup and a ponytail, and the students
have a cartload of candy, which I always say, these are prizes. These are prizes.
These are for
chocolate
the kids.
Is not all for Debbie.
These are for the kids.
Sure.
All of these ice cream sandwiches are for the kids.
We need a good sugar fix in the classroom, right?
That's right.
There you
I want to make sure we get to ask them number 10.
Number 10. Go ahead,
question.
Carol. Ask them.
Well, because these are our district teachers of the year.
Going district playoffs.
Here it is.
Yeah, that's right.
What is at the heart of great teaching? Go ahead.
Finding the love for what you do and understanding, your role in these kids' lives and that you are making a difference even when it doesn't seem like you are. Because, that's the advantage I have of my wife on the high school side, which she doesn't get very many of my kids since I taught at community or now I'm at Cartwright. But on occasion, a few of those kids will come through there and then they will make a comment, saying how, I remember Mr. Yates. I remember when we did this in class. It was so, just reaching kids at their basic level and their basic needs in order to be able to make them see their potential.
Debbie?
I would just completely agree with everything that Jimmy said. The heart of great teaching is the heart. Is that whatever you do, it doesn't come from what they taught you in college. It doesn't come from what you learned in a professional development, meaning it comes from what is best for this child at this moment. And that's key. If you keep that in mind, then, and that's the goal for everyone, then I don't think you can go wrong.
If you don't love people and you don't love kids, you don't belong in education.
Absolutely.
You're in the wrong business.
You are in the
It's
wrong
the people business. Right?
It is the people business. And, sometimes the kids may not think we love them,
right.
But ultimately we do, and we want what's best for them. I want to build better human beings.
Right.
That's
Amen.
what I'm going for.
Y'all nailed it. I know my husband, who's career education, he advised me when I left the work world, same as you, and went into
career
teaching.
Path you did. Yeah, that's right.
And went into teaching. He said, students can smell sincerity.
Yes.
You can't fake it. And they will love you because you sincerely care about them at the root of it.
Be yourself.
Absolutely.
Yes,
be yourself.
Be yourself. And I thought that was really great advice. It's hard to be yourself, though, when you have, because I had 7th and 8th and 12th.
Yeah. Yeah,
Who
that's
you
a
are
different.
with 12th graders is different from
Correct.
junior high, but it's awesome.
The challenging years, 7th and 8th
That's one
grade.
thing I noticed. That's one thing I noticed for me. In the beginning, I thought I was going to always have to be perfect.
Yeah.
But now I realize it's okay for the kids to see
really
you mess up. It's
kind
okay.
of appreciate it.
It's okay.
Kind of makes
I do that on a regular basis,
Right, yeah.
just to remind them.
Yeah, exactly.
Daily.
I'm just reminding them.
It's okay to be human.
I'm just showing y'all errors are okay.
It's okay to be human.
That's right.
Yeah.
Carol, is there anything else before we go off the air about the school system you'd like to talk about?
Yes, and we've got several things. I always like to share about our upcoming Parent University.
That's
We're
right.
about to have our last one for the school year.
That's
we
right.
do one every month. But the first thing is what's leading up to that. So Summer Learning Camp, the registration has closed now, but I believe she had 13, when I looked yesterday, she had 1,309 sign up for Summer Learning Camp. That is our current kindergarten through our current 8th graders. We are still waiting to hear about funding levels to know how many seats we have. I'm not sure that we're going to have 1,309 seats, but we sure hope so. We should know that this week, what our funding levels are. That Summer Learning Camp is June 2nd through the 26th. We are so blessed in Bedford County. We have certified teachers teaching our Summer Learning Camp to our students. But any parent who is signed up with a student, even if you're unsure of your acceptance status, which we all are at this point because we don't know our funding levels, is invited to attend the next Parent University. And again, it's the last one of the school year. It will be on Thursday, May the 8th, this week, Thursday, at Harris Middle School, as it always is, but it's for everybody. It's 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's free. We always have interpreters present to assist, and it is open to all BCS parents. But this is specifically for any parent with a student signed up for Summer Learning Camp. Our Summer Learning Camp director, Miss Susan Huff, will be there, and she's going over everything you need to know for Summer Learning Camp. Drop off, pick up, what children need to bring each day, meal information, camp personnel, who the camp directors are, contact information, daily schedules, camp activities, all that's going to be at this Parent University. In 1 hour, they have a challenge to get that done. So we want to make sure we mention that. Also, open enrollment, that is open right now. So if a parent has a student that they want to send to a school outside of their zone, that's all grade levels now in Bedford County.
Okay.
They can apply for open enrollment. That opened up on May the 1st, and it has a hard deadline of May the 31st. So midnight on May the 31st, that closes down. You do need to go to the website and look and make sure that the school and grade level that you are applying for has open seats available. But if so, go ahead and apply. It doesn't matter when you apply, if you apply on May 1st or May 31st, it all
probably
goes
doesn't
into
even
the
get
same
looked at
pool.
until after the deadline.
That's correct.
So go to the website.
That's right.
Just Google Bedford County TN schools.
That's right. BedfordK12TN.com.
Put TN in there.
That's right.
Or you'll get Virginia.
Yeah, you make sure you're on Tennessee. And then you'll go to the resources tab and open enrollment, and all the information is there, including FAQs there as well.
Frequently asked questions for our listening audience.
One more thing I wanted to do a shout out on is our summer care program. So we have summer learning camp. We also have summer care. That is our SACP group.
For summer, okay.
Our aftercare school age care program. If you're looking for summer care for your child, and this is kindergarten, let me make sure I get this right. It's rising kindergarten through rising 8th grade. So it's a little different from summer learning camp, which is current kindergarten through current 8th grade. So rising kindergarten through 8th grade can apply for our summer care program. It's May 28th through July 31. We don't have a sign-up deadline, but those also went live on May 1. When I looked yesterday, we already have 43 online sign-ups. There are tons of fun activities planned this summer. Urban Air, bowling, Kona Ice, Water Day, Discovery Center, Aquarium, Chuck E. Cheese, the pool in the park. But the best part is it's super affordable with this group. It's $75 per child per week, or $17 a day per child, however you're needing to do that. And if you have additional children, that price drops with additional children. That is also on the website, bedfordk12tn.com, and go to departments, and you'll see under departments, SACP, or School Age Care Program, and all the details are there, as well as an online sign-up form. It's super easy. Finally, May, graduation month. We're excited for our seniors. We're really concentrating and celebrating them this month. Central's is a little different this year. It's on a Tuesday. So graduation is Tuesday, May the 20th at 7 o'clock. Rain date's the next day. Cascades is on Thursday, May the 22nd. There's no rain date for Cascade because if it rains, they're just moving it to the gym. And then Communities is on Friday, May the 23rd at 7 o'clock, and then rain date the next day. So,
and what do you got this Saturday?
This Saturday, we have the CC 5K, 950...
CC?
Yes, CC5K, Connected Community 5K. Right. Sorry, we love acronyms in education.
I was in the military 23 years. Acronyms is what we do.
That's right. That's
Education's the same way.
Really, I think every industry is like that. Every industry has a giant set of acronyms. But yes, the Connected Community 5K is this Saturday. There are 950 people signed up for the race in Bedford County. Starts on the square, ends on the square, 8 a.m. Saturday. We have principals. 7 principals are racing inflatables after the race back on the square. They're going to have an inflatables race with principals. I'm just hoping no one gets hurt. Dr. Garrett's going to be in a unicorn inflatable.
Folks,
I'm there for that.
Folks, this money that's raised goes to education things here in Bedford County.
Almost 800 of the race registrants are on school teams.
And this is done through the Partnership Community Foundation?
Yes, the Shelbyville Bedford Community Foundation. It's a 501c3, and they're raising money to help their community initiatives, the main one being schools.
I'll be out there for Learning Way.
Yes, very good.
My wife works there part-time, and she sent me a picture of my sign-up. I think she forged my name, but anyhow, we'll be out there. Where are you going to run it in? About 25 minutes, Carol?
I'm walking it with my 97-year-old mother. So
that's fantastic.
She's going to do the 1 mile. There are a few
There's
people
an
in the 1 mile.
inspiration right there, though.
She's not going to do the 3 because we would never get done in time. We'd still be out there.
I know 45-year-olds that won't do a mile, okay? So good for her.
Yes, so that's the plan for Saturday. It looks like the weather's going to be nice.
So far, so good. Folks, we've been talking to Carol Garrett, the Bedford County School System Communications Director, with her special friends, Jimmy Yates from Cartwright Elementary School, Elementary Teacher of the Year, Debbie Sudduth from Cascade High School, Secondary Teacher of the Year, and we were not able to have Keith Wilder with us. We want to mention him, though. He teaches at the middle school level.
Cascade Middle.
And they're going to represent us at the district playoffs for Teachers of the Year, and And folks, I appreciate you coming in today. And, it really kind of renews my faith. And, you guys are building that foundation for those kids to be successful the rest of their lives. And we appreciate what you all do. And thank you. I don't think we tell you enough. So thanks for coming in today and sharing your stories. And congratulations again on your awards. I know you're humbled by it, but congratulations. And I appreciate you bringing your friends in today,
yes,
Carol, as always. Folks, this is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, Bedford County. We have 11 government-related talk shows here every month. Hear it straight from the horse's mouth on what's going on here in Shelbyville and Bedford County. Scott Johnson, until next time.
At United Communications, we're more than just fast internet. We're your local connection to reliability and service you can count on, right here in Bedford County. With fiber fast speeds and a team in your local community, we keep you connected when it matters most. No long hold times, no out-of-town providers, just real service from people who care. Call 931-740-1800 or visit united.net. Thousands of Tennesseans already trust United. United Communications. Fast, local internet.
When's the last time you've seen the eye doctor? Don't wait. Whether it's little Carter's first pair of glasses or keeping a good eye on your vision health as you age, your eyes are a precious thing. See personalized care for the whole family and friendly faces at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care on 605 North Main in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. Striving to bring you excellence in optometry every single day. Don't put your family's vision off. Make an appointment today at 931-684-2020. Personalized eye care for the whole family at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care.
Kincaid's is proud to offer Beauty Rest Black to our customers. Beauty Rest Black represents a leap forward in bedding with sleep climate technology keeping you cool and triple-stranded pocketed coils to give you luxurious support all night long. Wake up refreshed and ready to take on the day with a new Beauty Rest Black mattress from Kincaid Service Company. 400 Madison Street, Shelbyville, across from the Speedway gas station. 931-684-5662.